Hi everybody, and today I thought I would show you my Titanic collection. Well, I wore my Titanic shirt. Now I know I haven't worn this very often, but I used to have a bigger collection than what I have now, and it downsized a little bit, and some of it I don't have the original boxes to, but that's okay, because I enjoy it, and I've been into Titanic since I was 8. Or maybe even 11, somewhere around there. Between 8 and 11, I found out about it anyway. And I thought today I would show you some of the stuff that I have. And some of it was gifts, and some of it I found on my own. And let's get into this, and I'll show you what is in my mini collection. Now the first thing I'm just going to show, now everybody knows this, is the Titanic Funko Pops. Now, I had to have these because, you know, they're Titanic. Now, I have the Target exclusive ones, but I don't feel like digging them out right now. And excuse the car noises. I live in a very noisy neighborhood. And this is the back of the Jack one. Inside. Let's put those there for now. And I also have one of my favorite things that I got is the split ship salt and pepper shakers. Now these go together, of course, and they split supposedly where Titanic split at. And these have been through a lot. These were found about 30-40 feet away from where I lived, after they had been swooshed out of my house in Hurricane Sandy. So that was interesting finding those in the ground like that, but I'm glad I did. And this is a shot glass that I got online that I really like. And here's a book that I've had since Walden Books was open, if anybody knows that bookstore. And this is one of the original parts of my collection that I had before I lost a lot of it. And it's just like a mini fact book, and because I was always in Walden Books looking for things. And of course there's recipes in here that I didn't know about. Cool. And how much food it had and everything. I forgot about this. Now this looks like an interesting recipe. That was to cleanse the palate after you've eaten. That's called Titanic Punch Romaine. Ooh, and it tells about how you can make the biscuits. Now I heard those things were hard. Really hard. Oh, I'm glad I got this little book. It was something I've had a long time, and I've enjoyed it, and haven't read it very much. I guess I should have. And now, here's some new stuff to my collection that I've had. And this is a Titanic snow globe. And as you see, there's the snow. And of course, in real life, there was never any snow near Titanic, just icebergs, as you know. And this is a trinket box that I have. Now, I used to have 2 of them from a shop that used to be next to me where I lived, but I've lost them. But I was able to find some cute things from the Titanic online store. And so I have this. Of course, on the other side says White Star, which was the company that built Titanic. Or, well, Harland and Wolff was, but White Star Line was the company that headed it anyway. And this is my sinking ship bank. Now, I've had this for years. Now, this originally came in a nice box, but of course it got ruined and the propeller broke off. And, you know, it's still nice. I like it. I've had it, and it just shows, you know, that things can last. And of course I have my Rose doll. Now I bought this off of eBay a long time ago, and I lost the box to it, of course. And I've taken good care of it as much as I know how. And, you know, it's pretty nice. Got the tail on it of the dress, and it's very intricately made. And I put her on her stand. And then, this is another part of my original collection, because I used to put these in the library, in the display case, where I used to live. And there, you could like put anything in there that you collected. With a little cabinet for the patrons. And you could put your collections in there. And I do my Titanic. And I've had people complain, you know, that I had Titanic stuff in there, and why did I do that, and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, well, you know, I'll put it in there anyway, I don't care. And this is one of the trunks of the cards that I have from the movie. Now, I'm a fan of both the movie and the history. Now, I used to have the history set, but I lost it in Hurricane Sandy, so I'm still trying to find that whole set. I don't know if I ever will, but these are from the movie. And you get the idea of what they look like. And there's a set of, I think, 25 cards. So each one has a scene from the movie, as you can see. So you get the idea with that. I'm not going to show them all. And so while I put this away, I used to have a magazine that told you what collectibles were out there, but unfortunately I don't have that magazine anymore either. And you know, that's the way it goes sometimes with stuff. At least I have certain things, and I missed out on the teapots that they had, and I missed out on some of the plates and all these other collectibles. Because once you buy something from one of these companies, you know, they keep wanting you to buy it, and my money just was on a budget, and I didn't want to go too far. So, you know, I had to stop. But I enjoy what I have. And of course, this is for my husband. He got this for me. Now, we had Titanic as our wedding theme, one of the songs. I guess because I just like Titanic. And this is the TV Guide Special Edition. And this is the Titanic coloring book. And you can still buy this on the website. And it's pretty nice. I had to redo one, or re-get one, because I lost the first one. And there was postcards I used to have that I got from one of the exhibits, but I don't have those anymore. But these are some stamps that I once purchased that I really like, that I've had for a long time, that I got from a person in Australia. And I've been taking care of them ever since. But there's stamps on the other side there. And you know, it's just basically the history of it inside the rooms and different stuff like that. And this was a calendar that I got with paintings from Ken Marshall. This is the front, and this is the back. And these scenes were actually used for ideas for the movie. And he was always my inspiration for art when it came to Titanic. So whenever I needed a reference on how something looked or whatever, when I was drawing Titanic, I would use that and use it my own way, not his way. And of course, this I've had for a while. This came out the time that they were filming the National Geographic special with James Cameron, and I just had to have this. This has history in the movie and the tapes that came out and just all kinds of neat stuff. this is some of the museum of different museums that are out, and I've never been to these, but I hear they're real nice. And of course, this is where I first found out about Titanic, through this movie. Robert Ballard when they first discovered it, so that was interesting. And we don't want that, that's a notebook. And this is something that I'm still trying to get to work, but it's called Explore the Titanic. And it comes with a CD that shows you what's in it. And of course we have the map, or the blueprints of the ship. I think they're copies of Harland and Wolff's ones. And of course it has pictures inside of what everything looked like, and that's a couple pages. And I'm not going to go through everything because this book is really neat, and I would highly recommend this book. And I would also highly recommend the Titanic Adventure Out of Time game, but you have to have an older computer for that, and I'm still trying to figure out how to play that again. And I would highly recommend this other one that was by James Cameron, that's called Explore the Titanic. Now I still have those in CD form or DVD or the CD-ROM form, but I haven't been able to use them, of course, because computers, have updated themselves and that kind of thing. And so this is Titanic. Go see the abyss. Now I have the movie, and this came with 3D glasses, and I think I still have these somewhere. You'll have to look. And of course, this is James Cameron's Titanic. It has pictures from the movie. Now I loved looking at stuff like this. This is the characters from the movie and all that fun stuff. And just basic things that are from the set that I've looked at and everything. I haven't looked at these books in a while, but anyway, this has to be one of my favorites that I really like of part of the books, because this has all kinds of copies of mementos and stuff and art, just the basic stuff. It comes in a case, and of course the outside is the blueprints by Harland and Wolff. And of course on the inside there's different things that you can look at, pictures and envelopes and stuff. It has papers of history. It has different things that you can look at. Now this picture always put me in awe, because it's just like, wow. I mean, look at the size of that propeller. I think it was the size of a windmill as far as I remember from when I used to read books about Titanic. Of course I still do. But wow, that really, I was always into stuff, that was like big like that. And I guess that explains why my favorite dinosaur was the T-Rex. It was like stuff that was big, or was well known, or whatever. But anyway, as I stack some of this stuff again, that's just a notebook that I had in there, but and of course the stamps. Now these stamps have an interesting story. When I bought these stamps, I didn't know that Australia's currency was different than ours. So I had gone all over the place trying to figure out how I could get a money order for this. So I was told, well, I'll go to 7-Eleven because they have money orders. Well, they didn't have for Australia. And I went to the post office. And it was hilarious because they had looked through every country and city that they did through this book that this lady brought out. And I said 5 cents for money. I was like, oh, cool. So they looked. through this whole book to see if they could find me the book, or, you know, the price of how much I could get for an Australia money order, because, you know, at the time I didn't have PayPal or any of that, so I would just usually pay by a money order, you know, because that was an option if I wanted to. And so that was the only country they didn't have a money order for. After reading me off all these names of all these countries and cities and stuff, and they were like, how do we not have Australia? So I had to go to the bank to get one, and a money order ended up costing me $15. Now luckily I had gotten paid that week, so I was finally able to get my stamps, and everything was hunky-dory after that. But I've been very happy to get these, because these were just the nicest stamps. And I'm a stamp collector, so I had to have them. And I put these in scrapbooking pages for now, because they're acid-free, and I wanted them to keep nice. And of course, I'll show this to you again. These were the stamps that I like to call, went through a lot to try to get them. So, anyway, that is my Titanic collection, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I don't have as much as I used to. I do have plates, but they're in storage right now, and I don't feel like digging them out right now. But it's only like 3 anyway. And I know the whole set was like 15 plates, and I would have, you know, been able to get them all, but when they got past the 11th plate, they started charging $40 a plate, and by then I wasn't working anymore, so I didn't want to ruin my chances, so I had to anyway. I had to ruin my chances of getting the other 4 plates, so I just kept the ones I really liked, which was the first one and the second and the third and the fourth. And, you know, I had to get rid of the rest, but it was a nice little collection I had. And so, I hope you enjoyed it. And I know I've been a Titanic, as they say on the live streams on the Gatlinburg and the Branson, Missouri live streams that I watch of the Titanic Museum. They say that people are Titaniacs, and I like to think I am. I've been one for about 35 years. I know it doesn't seem like all that long, but yeah, since I was about 8 or so, and please don't do the math. You know, I'm not embarrassed or anything, I just, you know. But anyway, that is all for my video today, and I hope you enjoyed it, as I said. And, well, see you next time. Bye.